Yeah, it was unplanned. It changed my life in so many ways I wasn't expecting. I mean, like I said, when I was in the hospital, I just kept saying over and over again, I'm only 15, I'm only 15. Like, I just couldn't believe that this was happening to me. I mean, obviously I was sexually active, but I wasn't thinking deep into it because at the time my mind was so numb from all of the mental illness I had been dealing with that I wasn't thinking about it. But I mean, as soon as it hit me, I just started thinking, like, what am I gonna do? Like, it honestly felt like my life was over, And it was like, at first, of course, I was more concerned about myself, but then I just started to think, what about this baby? Like, what am I gonna do for this baby? And like, could I be a mom? Could I take care of him? I mean, I'm only 15. So, I mean, like I said, I didn't really have any plans for my life. I was kind of done with life at that time. But as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, instead of being what might be like sad and like the end of the world for some people, for me it was like the beginning of my life. And I don't know, it helped me find find myself, and it helped me just like realize that I have something to live for. And even though an unplanned pregnancy at 15 isn't ideal, it ended up saving my life. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was just with my mom. I wasn't with my dad. He was kind of flustered after finding out that I tried to kill myself the second time. And we tried to contact him a bunch of times. I'm pretty sure he turned his phone off and just went for a drive and kind of wanted to zone out. So he wasn't there with us, and we had to call him, and it took him a while for him to answer. I don't know how he reacted at first, but I know that he was upset, and I mean, I just felt lucky to have my mom there the whole time. She never pressured me to do anything. She just held me while I cried in my hospital bed, and I remember just saying over and over again, like, I'm only 15, this can't be happening. And it was like the scariest moment of my life. For the first little while, I was just so ashamed. I went to school for a little bit before the word got out and people started talking about it. And eventually I had to drop out and do online school, and I was just so tired all the time. I never even got any work done. So I've had to make up a whole semester worth of school. I mean, trust me, it was nice to be able to be lazy and just like lay around, but it was hard not being around friends and kind of having to hide my life at first. But after a bunch of people started to like find out and hear about it, I was just open about it because I knew that people would never believe what I say. They're rumors. Everyone's gonna believe the rumors. So yeah, I knew that I just had to live with what had happened, and eventually I just became proud of it, and it just became something that I didn't feel ashamed of anymore. And it was like a miracle for me, honestly, because I was at a place where I didn't want to live, and now I felt something like I had something to live for. So the relationship I have with my baby now is obviously not exactly what every mother would want. I'm not parenting him. I don't get to wake him up in the morning, and I don't get to dress him or feed him. He's never gonna look up at me and call me mom. So I still get to see him. It's an open adoption, love his parents, love his family. I love his brother and sister. They're so cute. It's hard, I don't get to see them as much as I'd like to, but I can understand the reasons, Their family needs time to bond and everything. But when I see him at first, it was hard, knowing that I'd kind of have to leave him all over again. as happy as I was to see him, it was also so hard knowing that that was his home, you know? But I mean, like, he's over a year old, and you know, seeing how he can actually interact and observe things and like hold my hand and like, you know, it's just, I love how the older he's gotten, the more we can kind of connect. And so I honestly love when I get to see him, and having space has actually, I'm sure, helped their family, and it's also helped me heal. But when I do get to see him, it's like, it's the best day, because I just get to like hold his hand and watch him laugh and play, and you know, I can't wait to see him walk. I haven't seen him walk yet, and he just started, so I'm excited for that. If I were just single parent, I know that things wouldn't be easy. When I first found out I was pregnant, I had a job, but it's not the type of job that I would be getting lots of money. You know, babies are expensive. You know, at the age of 18, it's said that you spend at least $1 million on one kid. So, you know, and I didn't have a great job, and so I knew that I couldn't get him all the things that he deserved, you know? When I be a mom, I want to be able to spoil my kids, just give them everything that they need, everything that they want. But I know that he also wouldn't have parents who love each other. I have a lot of care, like I care a lot about the birth father, but at that point in the relationship, my love for him had kind of faded. And I think that placing him, my son, for adoption helped him in a lot of ways. And one of the biggest ones is I knew that he would be sealed in the temple with his parents. And you know, I'm not exactly a religious person, but I do believe that there is, you know, power in sealing. So I decided on the name Brennan. Even though I knew that the adoptive family might change the name, I was, you know, secretly like hoping that they would keep my name. But, you know, I love the name he has now. His name is Quinn, and honestly, like when you look at his face, I think that's perfect. Like you just look at him and it's like, I don't know, I just think it's perfect. So it's not what I had picked, but I think it suits him perfectly. I think that they knew what to name him. I mean, my favorite part about my story is just that he saved my life, you know? I was so young, and I was 15, you know, I was so young, but like the moment that I knew that I was pregnant with a baby, all of my suicidal thoughts, self-harm, eating disorder, all of that went away, and my focus was just him. I just wanted him to be okay. As the pregnancy went on, I became happier and happier. Like I was the best I had been in years. And I thought that was like amazing. You know, I felt like I was just blooming, you know, like I was kind of finding myself again. But ever since I found out I was pregnant with him, my life has been better, and I'm at a point where my life is the best it's been in years. So he saved my life. Sometimes it hurts when people say, you gave up your kid. It's like, no, it's not like that. I wanted what's best for him. In a way, I did have to give up. I had to give up my choice I had to give up my opportunity of parenting him so that he could have a better life. No, I don't regret placing him for adoption, but sometimes it feels like regret when you're grieving it so much that you wish you hadn't. But then you just have to think back and remember that you did what was best, and because of you, he has a better life.